All right, market update here on the 18th. I'm going to keep this update pretty simple. I'm going to do Tesla, Netflix, Microsoft, and I think the indexes, and then that'll be it for today. So everything's selling off anyway. But I wanted to go over Tesla because I've gone over this chart a bunch, and I think that the most likely scenario on this is still WXY. And I'll give you an explanation of why this count makes the most sense. I've tried to turn it into an impulse move. It just doesn't make that much sense. So we get this ABC move pretty clear. Impulse, corrective, impulse. That makes it a W wave. The reason it's a W wave is because the X wave, also corrective, is shorter in time length than this ABC. So you have WX. So on WXY, the Y leg cannot go past the 1.61 fib. I've been using a log chart for most of my stuff, but in this case, for whatever reason, the regular chart is better. The log chart says 148 maximum. The regular chart says 129.10 maximum. So we get off to this move right here, and the question is this an impulse move or is this a corrective move? And I think it's a corrective move, and the reason I say that is because if this were a fourth leg right here, then it would not be the same time length as this whole wave. This whole wave took less than a month. And then you get this bounce that takes a little bit more than a month. So a fourth leg is not going to be the same time length as the first three waves. It's just not going to happen the majority of the time. So I have that labeled as AB, similar to this, AB. So then we should be looking at this move right here for the final leg down. One thing you could do is you could look at how far this went past it. It went to the 1.23 fib and just see if this will do the same thing. But no, it's already past there. So that's not accurate for this. But AB, get rid of that 2. So again, AB and the maximum is 129.10. So then we're looking at this whole thing. What is this? Is this a wave 1? Is this a wave 2? I have this labeled as wave 3. The reason why is if you go down here, you can see the top was right here. We get this move down. That's got to be wave 1. Back up. Let's go on smaller time frames. So 1, 2. And then we get another move down, another move up. That's going to be 1, 2 as well, more than likely. And then we get this move down. That's 3 waves right here. Bounce. And we get 5 waves down again. So this whole thing would be 1, 2, 3. Big bounce right here. Big, deep fourth wave. And now we're in the final leg down. Final leg down. We have this as wave 1. Wave 2. Let's draw a parallel line now. And we're clearly in a third wave here. And you can see it pretty clear on the hourly time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. We've already hit the 1.61 fib. Let's zoom in here a little bit farther. So this is the fourth wave right here. And on this fourth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm looking for a fifth wave down here to complete the overall third wave. This right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm looking for like 146 to 147 tomorrow morning. And that should complete the overall third wave, and then we would bounce into earnings. So again, this whole thing is, let's just see where we'd bounce to. If we go to 146, I'm looking for a bounce back up here to fill the gap at 155. I think that'd be a nice bounce to trap bulls one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Potentially all the way down here to 130. There's a gap at 136. That's possible too. If we go to 155, we can take this first wave and put it right here. And that takes us to 136. There's a gap right at 136. Let's say we only bounce here. We could go all the way down here to 131. 130 to 136 is my target. So basically, over the next couple of days, tomorrow, down to 146, into earnings 155, sell off to 130 after earnings. And then that hits the 1.61 fib. That would complete ABC as well. And from there, a lot of different possibilities. From there, potentially, I know this seems crazy, but it's possible, a diagonal to finish off the move. Or what's more likely in my mind at this point, just based on what the company's doing, unless there's some ridiculously huge news over the next couple of weeks, probably I'm looking for a bounce from 130 up here to this monthly supply zone at 230 to 266 over the next 6 to 9 months. So this took about 9 months if we go to 129. And I'd be looking for bounce here, maybe into 2025. So something like that. And then finish off the move down to 70 bucks. And there you have it. That would be the end of a fourth wave and then take off. So that's my current thoughts on Tesla. I think it probably has at least $15 more to sell off, but then I think it should bounce. If it does break 129.10, then that changes everything because that turns this whole move into an impulse. And then you're probably looking at something where we're already going to just sell off to 70 bucks. I would say that's very unlikely though. Just because, and the reason I say that too, and why I think that's very unlikely, not impossible, but very unlikely, is because this took a little bit over a year. This only took 7 months. So ABC does not sell off like that. Because the B wave has to be as long time length as the A wave. This is about half the time. So the only way that this makes sense would be if it was ABC. It would have to be A, B, C like that. Because that makes it WXY. X wave can only be shorter than the W leg. It can't be ABC. And ABC is the only way it can be a 5-wave move to finish it off. So I just basically gave you the logic of why this is probably not going to happen. So you're probably looking at maximum 130, bounce for 9 months to 230, and then down to 70, or we just go ahead and finish off the diagonal higher. So again, tomorrow 146, bounce to 155, after earnings down to 130 to 135. QQQ is in demand, down after hours because of Netflix. Need to see a bounce. I think we're going to get the bounce probably into early next week. But based on I guess it could bounce all the way up here to 437. But this looks very impulsive to me. Yeah, it looks very impulsive to me. It actually looks like it's finishing off 5 waves now. So, really strange, but. So, third leg right here, hit that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. bounce. And then we're getting a diagonal, it looks like to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That looks like 5 waves to me. So they're really, so again, you're probably going to get a big bounce after this finishes, right along with Tesla. So A, B, and then we might see the C leg into May, like that. So that's QQQ, SPX, same thing. You're probably coming down here to 497. And then you're probably going to see a big bounce back up here. And then you're probably going to see more downside into May. So pretty self-explanatory. Look for this box soon. That means the dollar is probably going to go ahead and break out and break my original second wave thesis. So I would be looking for probably breaking 107, maybe come up here to like 110. And then it's going to be ready to go lower, maybe in May. So that's the dollar. And I'm not saying, and if you remember, when Trump was in office from 2016 to 2020, the dollar was a lot weaker. So I don't know if that will have any effect on the dollar. I'm just saying, like, he'll be running for president over the next 6 months. And let's just say maybe they say he's in the lead or something. And the market anticipates a weaker dollar. Maybe that will play into the dollar falling. I'm not sure what's going to cause this, but I do think that the dollar is going to get weaker. RTY. Oops. Get this out of here. This is probably about ready to bottom as well. But again, we're probably going to see the same thing with RTY. This looks about finished. So this is taken, but this is showing the end of May. So again, we could see this. And I wouldn't be surprised if we did see this. So we finish wave 1 soon. And then we bounce back up here for a second wave. Maybe into like early May. Everyone's bullish again, and then we sell off down here. And remember, the max target is 174. But this is very possible. This makes this a wave 2. Look at this. So that's kind of what I'm expecting over the next like month and a half. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I just went over the indexes, Tesla, Microsoft's in demand. I'll go over it more. I think it's going to bounce and then go lower. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully that Tesla in depth helps you out a little bit. That final wave down on Tesla might take into mid-May with the market. So we might just get this move down and then bounce into earnings, and then maybe the final move down is kind of like, let's say, down like this. We get a big bounce. So let's just say we come down here to like low 140s, get a big bounce into May like that, and then sell off with the market down here to 130. So I think we're almost there on Tesla and the market, but it's probably going to go to mid-May. I mean, we're there short term. We're getting ready to bounce. So that's it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the Tesla count. And get ready to hedge your portfolio more here soon. But bounce is coming. Bounce is coming early next week is what I'm saying. Maybe the market just bounces with with Tesla. No, I'm not. What am I saying? No, the market bounces, and then Tesla goes down against the market, and then it kind of retraces for a second leg with the market into like early May. Anyway, that's it. Talking enough. Have a good night. New video tomorrow.